Okay, I am back. All right, so Brian Kohberger took a plea deal, basically, to save his own life. It just pisses me off. I'm glad for the families that they don't have to go through this because I can't even imagine what they've already been through. And he's going to be in life. He's going to be in for life for sure. Like, no doubt he's going in for life. He took a plea deal for that. Um, that part is good, but at the same time, I think, like many of us, we wanted to see the death penalty. We knew he had been stalking them for quite a while. We don't know how he knew which room to go into, but some suspect that he might have gone to one of their parties. And he was definitely obsessed with Maddie and Kaylee for sure. Like, that was the cute little blonde girls, they're so precious. All four of them, just the most precious little college students and whole life ahead of them. They seemed like really good people, and they just went out that night, just got some drinks, met some friends. They went to the food truck and hung out, and when I think about this, I get so sad. I remember my time at college and thinking how they really didn't have any idea. That's not what you're thinking about when you're just living your life and having fun and having friends. And so for their families, I'm glad that this could be wrapped up so they can move on with their lives and continue to mourn and honor their children, their beautiful children. God, that picture, it always gets me. That one picture, the last picture they took, where like they're on each other's shoulders and they're all hugging each other. It's just so precious, and it makes me so sad. They didn't know that this crazy man, this crazy guy, was just stalking them and obsessed with them. And it's not like that was the first time he was there. He studied psychology and he studied serial killers because he wanted to be one. And he only took a plea deal to save his own life. He was cocky as hell. I keep thinking of those videos of him just kind of, walking into court and just being a total douche, thinking that he was going to get away with all of this, not understanding the amount of evidence they had against him. So I'm reading all of what it entails, his plea deal. So the plea deal would spare him the death penalty, and he would waive his right to an appeal, which is good news, because we don't want his ass trying to be like, I never said that, I never did that, I never agreed to this, because they said, are you pleading guilty because you're guilty? He said yes. We already knew he was guilty. Just the little bit of information that they allowed to get out proved that. God, I just want to cry. Like I said, I'm glad that that he did the right thing for himself, but just obviously it's not for the families. Obviously, this is not why he did it. He didn't want to die. They didn't want to die either, did they? He was somebody that suffered with weight and self-esteem issues when he was younger. And I think these girls, this group of people, epitomized everything that he wanted to be a part of, but also that he could never have. It's what he hated. He loved and hated them at the same time. And so I don't think he meant to kill the two downstairs. I don't think he meant that. From what I understand, he was running down the stairs after killing the two friends, and one of the girls came out of her room, and then he stabbed her, and it's just a big thing. I'm not a news source. People come here like, you got it all wrong. I'm like, I'm not the news. I don't pretend to be. This is just me with my opinions and my feelings, talking about a case that happens to be in the news. So they showed that his cell phone that was pinging from the vicinity of the killing. His car was seen. They have all the information they needed, and he was definitely going to get the death penalty, and he deserved it. But that was the motion. They said, okay, you have to remove the death penalty, and he'll plead. And so he did. But when I think about these kids, I get so sad. When I picture them just kind of hanging out and just laughing and enjoying life, and they had no idea. How could they? They didn't know somebody was stalking them. And when you invite people into your house for parties, you don't really think about that. You don't think that somebody there might want to kill me and my friends. You just, that's that time in your life, the best time in your life. So that's that. There's going to be no trial. He pleaded guilty. The family of the victims react. The Gonkalves family, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, shared a statement on Facebook that they are beyond furious at the state of Idaho and said the officials had failed them. This was very unexpected, the family wrote. In another statement, they asked that the plea deal require a full confession, full accountability, location of the murder weapon, confirmation the defendant acted alone, and the true facts of what happened that night. Okay, yeah, I understand that. Absolutely. Like, there's that part of me that was like, I'm glad that they could have some closure, but it seems that they don't. So if you're going to plead guilty like that, and you're going to take a plea, at least give the family all of the details, everything that they need, because that's still not closure for them. He gets off. He doesn't get the death penalty, but what about the families? What do they get out of this? Except they don't have to go to court and look at the man that destroyed them, took away their babies. We can actually put this behind us and not have these future dates and future things that we don't want to have to be at, that we shouldn't have to be at. That has to do with this terrible person. He told CBS Morning, we get to just think about the rest of our lives and have to try to figure out how to do it without Maddie and without the rest of the kids. And that's it. All right, so I think that they did get screwed. They need to know everything, and I hope they can work that out. I really do. I really want that for them. I want them to have everything they need to kind of move forward. I'm going to get upset and start crying, so I'm going to go. Peace out.